Hey,
Hello.
Hello.
here.
We're back for another one of these things.
Oh, yes. And we have the beautiful Shannon.
We do.
No,
You've been on
that far.
you've been on many shows on this channel, but surprisingly never desk chatter.
Yeah, not Desk Chatter. I've been on a couple of the other lives.
Yeah.
And then I'm always in the comments pretty much. Like harassing you guys. Hey.
Now it is the time for you to show your face, your beautiful studio. And
This is a mess right now. But yes.
Yeah, you're a frequent panelist on the Saturday show.
Yes, that is so fun. I love it.
It is fun. There's something fun about it being a fountain pen show that we frequently don't talk fountain pens on.
Yeah.
And I have gotten feedback that people wish there was more pen talk on it, and I'm like, there's a lot of other shows that we talk pens.
Yeah. And
So,
sometimes I think like, oh yeah, we're live. Like we're not just, chatting amongst ourselves.
I did get a couple of those texts after the show on Saturday. It was like, I was about to start a story and then I remembered we were live. It was like, yeah.
Some people are joining. We have William. We have
joining.
Tommy.
Hello. Good.
Yeah.
I was about to say good morning, everyone. It's not morning unless you're on the other side of the world.
Okay. I was like, I can't see but I found them.
You found them.
It's
yeah.
evening.
Well, we're talking about pens that we missed out on. I did call it hot pens we've missed out on, but it could be any pen you've missed out on.
Yeah.
True. And then in honor of Shannon, we brought some Esterbrook's.
We did. We all found some Esterbrook's. Yes. And then we also are going to talk about some things we got secondhand. Because especially this year, we've talked about it a couple times on various shows, and other people have talked about it as well. The secondhand market this year has been impressive.
Lexi's a brat.
Oh, Lexi.
We love her though.
We do. Except for she's going to Baltimore this weekend without me, so I'm a little sad. And yeah.
Oh,
you better buy me presents or we're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, I will miss out on the Baltimore.
The fact that you've already been to pen shows this year and I still have to wait until May.
I know. I think it kills me. Like this one I think is killing me a little inside because I know so many are going to this one too. And I just get FOMO real bad. I've always been that way. Like even with planner events, I've been known to be the one that'll be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go, like last minute.
Oh. So sad.
It's not untrue. She might resemble that remark a little bit.
Yeah, I always think that I will miss out, especially the Baltimore. I was like, oh, I need to go to that one. And I feel emotional that I am not going.
Oh, same.
But then I realized that you cannot attend every single pen show.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to choose.
Kari, why are you being like realistic?
And reasonable.
I want to live in my Delulu world.
Yes. Let's go to every pen show ever.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. We need to invite Lexi also to the chat right here.
Oh yeah, for sure. But we need to have all of us on because that will be chaos.
I know.
Hi,
Corolla.
Too. She's another.
Yeah. Honestly, I wish I existed in Shannon's delusional world.
You all exist in my Delulu world.
Like,
I don't know what that says for you guys, but you're there.
I think it would be far more fun to exist in Shannon's delusional world where we get to go to all the pen shows.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where Shannon's won the lottery and we buy all the pens too.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have a good time.
And then we eat snacks.
Yeah.
It's pretty much my life.
Yeah. I need seriously to declutter a little bit of the pens that I don't use much. I know.
Okay, but how many would that mean?
I don't know.
Kari, is there a specific brand you feel like it's mostly too many of those pens? And you reveal. your top brands that you won't be
Yeah.
decluttering.
No, I'm not declaring those.
Oh.
I want to declutter those pens that I started with. Like I have a lot of Jinhao pens that I am still emotionally attached because they were my first pens, or the Lamis. And then
I think I went backwards. Like my first pen was like the Sailor and stuff, and then this week, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did order one of those Jinhao 10s, and it's fun.
it is fun. Yeah,
But I have tons of the Pilot BPs too, so let's like chill.
Yeah.
But like it's just fun to experiment with them now, because then it'd be, I think, like I want to get maybe one of the 82 ones and send it to Julia and have her do a monoline on it for me, just because I can say that like Julia made a grind for me on it. But even then, I could probably just send her one of my Esterbrook nibs, or one of the, like, that kind of thing. It's just fun. I don't know.
I got a fountain pen Revolution Architect for my 82.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Because it was hard to find a body that nib fit into. But I wanted to try an Architect at a lower price point. So I have an 82 for that fountain pen Revolution Architect nib.
I have to go back to the flex nibs. I had a very nice calligraphy endeavor during my years writing with fountain pen ink. And then I stopped writing with the flex nibs, and I got more into modern pens. And now I want to go back to the flex nibs and the vintage pens.
There was a great discussion on Saturday about flex, because Wendy is all into flex and some really cool flex stuff. And so we had a really cool conversation about her favorite flex people that go to very limited pen shows.
Oh,
I believe she said they're coming to Chicago.
Yeah. And she left the name in the chat.
Yeah.
So it's there.
I can't remember what the name was. They were supposed to have been at Philly, and I think I missed them.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have known what it was, so I didn't think to look.
There is a comment by Amy, and I want to say hi to Amy. I think I met her.
Yeah, I think she left a comment once saying that you guys met at the show, I think.
Yeah, at the Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I haven't tried the Jinhao 10. I think Shannon's the only person that has both of them. The Jinhao 10.
And it's one of those things, like, for me, it's just fun to have, like, to try the other colors too. And at a $20 price point, I was fine to order a couple of them.
Colors.
Whereas but Pilot, like, Decimo and VP are one of my absolute favorites. I was trying to figure that out the other day, like, in my head, but I'm pretty sure I have around 10 of them. I think there's one at my PO box, or waiting for me.
I think Jinhao pens are super underrated. Some people complain about the dupe capacity, that they copy a model or whatever. I try not to buy those ones that are copied. I try to buy those ones that are original.
I just thought it was fun to try it for sure. And again, to me, I'm like, I've spent the money on Pilot too. Like, I can try this for fun. Like, it's, but
yeah.
But I do get that. Yeah.
They write well. They have a good flow. They never clog. I put shimmer in it. Extra fine nibs with shimmer, and they write. So it's really crazy.
I would say I have their spare number 5 nibs. It's hard to find number 5 nibs. And so I've got a stash of the Jinhao number 5 nibs, because they seem to be interchangeable with Yovo number 5 nibs.
Yeah, they are.
And so I just really, that's what I use them for, is for spare nibs, because you can get some of the weird stuff like stubs and that you really can't get in a number 5. I've currently Mom got one of her pens in a fine number 5 nib, because it was only available in that size, but actually wanted it in a stub or something bigger. And so I put a stub 1.4 in it, because I just had a stash of them. But that's really all I use them for.
Yeah. And every handwriting with the stab looks really good. If you know the line,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. So let's go and do the round of what do we have on our desk. Let's
But
let's
also
with the guests.
let's talk about why we have an Esterbrook, because some might not know that Shanna is helping with an auction for Esterbrook.
Well, the auctions are kind of, I mean, the auctions are more Lori actually, but I'm one of the like mods in the chats and stuff, but I've been helping with their Discord. So if you guys aren't in the Discord, make sure you get in the Discord. I'll put that in the chat in a little bit.
If
Awesome.
you text me the link, I'll add it in
Okay,
the
I'll
chat.
put it in there, yeah. So but yeah, I've been helping with that, and it's because I think it's so fun that they are so centered around building this community. Like after really getting to spend some time with all of them and like chatting a bunch and just seeing how they are like behind the scenes and in front of people, like they're so genuine and they truly care about building the community aspect. And there's some things coming up that I'm hoping that I'll get to announce a little bit soon too, that just community stuff. And I love that aspect. And for me in the planner community for so many years, that was the stuff that I really loved. Like, that's why I think like we're all having so much FOMO about these pen shows, is because yes, the pen show part is great and getting to shop is fun, but it's the people. Like it's the people that make the show,
Totally
the people that make this community. It's the people that make you want to be a part of it even more. Like pens or stickers or washi or any of that kind of stuff. We love it all, but it's the community. It's the bonds that you make, the friendships that you make, these goofy sessions where we all get on here and chat with what we love, or we pick at each other for, like, Galen was picking on me about my black pen the other day, and Lexi, I was trying to sell them, like, those kinds of things. And it's, and these are friendships that you build and last a lifetime. And like my best friend I met at a planner conference, the first big planner conference that there was in New Orleans in 2016. And we've been friends ever since. Like, these are the things that I think is what matters the most. And that's what I would really like to. And another person, like another company that's done really well at building their community, I feel like, is Atlas on Discord too. And I'd really like to get that kind of stuff for me personally, because that's what I'm trying to help with, but because I love it so much. I love interacting with everybody. So I want to build that Discord and really see what we can do with it in the next little while, and, get everybody's input. Like I'm open to whatever. And then what I can convince them to do, be like, hey, they're going to be like, oh geez, what did we get ourselves into?
Well, I thought I posted the Esterbrook Discord link. Apparently the link's expired.
The link, I think they reset all the time. You have to, let me see if I have you just have to go into the Discord and resend it. Like, just grab a new one.
Oh, I guess I could do that.
That's okay. I have it.
Okay.
Do I have to post it to you, or can I post
Julia is
You have
here.
to send it to me.
Hi, Julia.
Hey,
Yeah.
Julia.
Yeah, I'm slightly on jet lag because I got in at night, so I'm on your guys' time zone. So.
Yeah, it's lovely to be an East Coast person, isn't it?
I don't know. I miss my sunshine here. But yeah, it's lovely.
Fair. We do have a real lack of sunshine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Although today was like 12 degrees. I don't know what that means in US speak, and I was so excited. I was like, I'm going out without my jacket.
Rain.
It was 8 degrees here today, and because of that, I cannot stop sneezing.
That's what I just did a minute ago. I've been sneezing.
Everything is melted, and my nose keeps dripping, and I just keep sneezing. I've been sneezing since 9 a.m. this morning.
Because
seasonal allergies are officially in effect, because I'm allergic to leaf mold and stuff is melted. And so, like, it's happening.
Try to keep air clean at least around the house.
Corolla,
we need
I would
to make
love
that
that.
happen.
That would be so much fun. It would be
could you
chaotic.
imagine, like, a pen retreat?
Oh yes,
That'd be
I
nice.
would totally do that.
That'd be incredible. So fun.
Fantastic. Like the mini pen retreat we did.
Yes, but all of us. Could you
But all
imagine? Oh my goodness. We just all camp in Alexandra's backyard. Your mom would just have a blast with bacon.
So I've heard.
Risotto.
Everyone camping in the
She's
backyard.
on board. Corolla, we'll plan this. We got this.
Hey,
Yes.
you know what? Like, if everyone comes to me and I don't have to go anywhere,
Oh, let's do it.
I don't know, somewhere central. Like, I just think somewhere central. Like, it would have to be kind of like central us or central, like, Midwest-ish, maybe?
are we gonna talk pens?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shannon, you start.
Am I starting?
Oh,
Oh,
Marina,
Marina's starting.
Marina's starting. What do you have?
Oh,
Sorry.
No,
Marina.
that's okay.
All right. So my honorary Esterbrook in honor of Shannon.
One I don't have and that I'm like pining after. Yeah.
That's the one I ended up missing out on, and I got it for cheap from Peyton Street Pens. Because weirdly, they had like a bunch of these different ones, and they're just so well priced there. Like a lot of their pens are well priced there. I don't know if you've ever been to Peyton Street Pen.
No.
So this was the same price as like their regular stuff, Esterbrook's
Wow.
regular stuff, which was already cheaper on there because they're considered to be secondhand, although they are all in the boxes sometimes in old stock or something.
Yeah.
So I got this one. I got excited. I also have it with the vintage nib.
Ooh.
Oh, I love that.
I don't have the converter yet.
Yay.
I think this is such a good idea, such a good
It's
investment.
so fun, yeah. And they did really well on the whatnots too, because that's what they did. That was one of the specials they did for a couple of weeks, was the converter with a nib, which was fun.
And I feel like that's a good way of you're not really committing to a vintage pen.
Yeah.
Because people either hate that or like it very much, and you sometimes don't know. So that's just a good idea. And this was from San Francisco themed, I think, or Gold Rush or something like that.
Yeah, it's Gold Rush. I don't know the official name of that one. I just know there's a plum one, which is actually the one that I was going to bring up that I missed, and that one. Those are the two that I'm like, I need those pens at some point in time.
And I think Alexandra's mom has the third one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is the Gold Rush turquoise.
Yes.
So those are great pens, and this was kind of one of the, I guess, hot tips Peyton Streets.
Where is Peyton Street?
I think they're somewhere in the US, but they're just kind of very realistic as far as pricing goes, which I really appreciate. And they actually restore stuff if it needs help. And it's just nice. I don't know. I can ask them if they have something coming because I'm into specific brand, and I'm like, can you let me know? And so she would email me.
Oh,
Do we know if they've ever gone to a pen show?
They're in California.
Oh, are they? Okay.
I just feel like I really recognize that name, and I can't think of if I've bought from them or something.
Maybe? I wonder because quite a few people Hemingway Jones likes them. People mention them. Yeah. They don't seem to really mingle that much in the community.
I don't know why. They come up a lot, but they don't. As far as I know, they don't do any pen shows or anything. They post on Instagram.
Oh, maybe that's why. And Lexi's making me laugh because Lexi, you're 3 hours from me. It's the same weather.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, that's why I said most of the year it is cold. I think last year our hottest day was 40, and isn't that 100 and something?
Yeah, 101 or 102 maybe.
Yeah.
It's too much anyways.
Most of the year it's not as cold as it's been.
Yeah, this year has just been brutal.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Okay, I can go. I'm sure you guys have seen this one before, but this is my favorite one. I don't know if anyone will ever beat this. Right now it has 12th Night from Warringal in it, but it's I can never do this. It's the Bungu Box one anyway. Yeah. Which I cannot wait to see the next one.
I know.
I can't. I honestly haven't seen it. And I'm like, could you want to send me some pics, please? But yeah, this one's one of my favorites. Hands down, probably will stay my favorite for a long time. The King of the Night is probably my like second. It's so beautiful in person. It's
Yeah,
so good.
I agree.
It didn't. I have to say, I didn't love King of the Night in pictures. I didn't think it photographed as well as it looked in person. I think it was undersold in pictures.
I think the pictures were still beautiful, but I don't think you get, I agree though, you don't get it until you see it. Like the depth of the resin was something I hadn't seen in another resin yet. Like it's very cool.
I agree. We actually talked about that, about the resin before, and I've seen it in person and different models. Oh,
but now I've also seen it in other pen makers' pens because there was a test batch that Esterbrook didn't take.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Esterbrook went back to the maker and tweaked a couple things. And so there's a test batch that a couple makers have rods of, and I've seen a couple pens in that material. And even that material that like wasn't exactly what Esterbrook was looking for is stunning.
I want it.
Yeah, and I'm getting into a problem about wanting nib holders to match a bunch of things. And I'm like, how many nib holders can one person have? How many pens can one person have? And I'm still okay with that. So I'm not really
like
I have so many pen holders and so many paper clips.
I finally decided that maybe I need another nib holder because as much as I love, as I knock everything over, it's not even here, it's on my other desk. As much as I love the one I have from River City Pen Company, it doesn't fit in some of my skinnier ink bottles. It's too wide. And so I'm like, well, so now at some point I have to get somebody, either a slim from Rich or a slim from somebody else, because they're ink bottles that doesn't fit in. And that's really annoying.
Well, no, because I ordered the slim. I ended up deciding on the slim, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Glad one of us knows. Between the two of us, we apparently know our orders, but other than that,
whatever. Apparently, the Payton Street Pens threshold for free U.S. shipping is only $40. I am so jealous of all of you.
Yeah,
the free shipping in Canada from a Canadian company right now, I believe for most businesses is $150, and for a U.S. to Canada is $350 U.S.
Yeah, I even ordered those two. I ordered 2 bottles of ink today, and I had actually asked him, I'm like, can I pay for these? Because I was today was a crazy day. Like things were dropping online. I knew tonight was happening. I had meetings at work. I don't know. I had to go pick up Gord at lunch. Like I was all over the place. But then I seen that post about that ink, and I asked him if I could purchase that one and another one he had put up, and then go back to shop later because it's like $20 in shipping. So I was like, I'm going to make it worth it. I'll get some other stuff after, but I didn't want to feel rushed about it at that point in time. But I knew that one ink probably wouldn't last.
Yeah. And I don't think he ever put it up on the website.
The way he did it was told me to buy because it was $34 for the bottle.
Yeah.
So he told me to buy 7 samples or something, and I was like, whatever, as long as it equals out, I don't care.
Yeah.
It was just because he didn't put the bottle up.
Yeah, the bottle wasn't put up for sale.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, you go.
Okay, so I've got an Esterbrook to show, and then I've got a maker pen to show because something new has arrived on my desk. Dad picked it up in Philly this week, and it's very pretty. Esterbrook wise, we're going to talk about one I missed, then found again, didn't buy, convinced Shannon to buy, and then apparently bought.
And then forgot. And then I forgot. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I love that pen. I saw it.
I am obsessed.
Adore.
It's so pretty.
And so where did you end up buying it?
Toronto Pen Shop.
Apparently Toronto Pen Shop. I have a receipt from Nelmar that proves I bought it at Toronto Pen Shop.
So did they have extra stock or?
They weren't on the website for a long time, and that was why they were sticking around. Is Toronto Pen Shop doesn't really have a they've got a website, but most of the stock isn't on the website. You have to go in to find it.
Nice.
Um,
Hot
I need
tip.
to go.
yeah, and so actually they've got a couple other Esterbrooks in some sold out colors right now in the shop, because I was in, or they did 2 weeks ago when I was in. But Punch was there for a very long time. And I knew Shannon was looking for it. And so at one point I convinced Shannon to purchase one.
Yes.
And then apparently I bought one. And it's amazing how pink this pen looks until you hold it up against something that, like, I assume is purple, which is my purple water bottle. And then it's like, oh, maybe it is purple.
Mhm. Well, that's
So-
what, 'cause I remember
Or you
I
could make
messaged
a pink
you
Yeah.
when I was making that heart picture. I messaged Alexandra and I was like, what do you think, pink or purple? And she's like, no, pink. And I was like, yeah, that's what I thought too. Then I put it with the other ones and I was like, no.
No.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, it sort of falls in like this weird, like, pinky purple space.
Yeah.
It has made the
Don't break it.
He has a habit of that.
so many pens. The story Shannon could tell of
Yeah.
things I've dropped.
And the
Phone.
pen.
The stories Maya could tell of the
Yeah.
things I've dropped.
Oh,
It's made me want to see Blueberry and Lilac more,
oh.
because I don't know if I'll like them as much in person.
Mm.
I love Punch. Punch is probably my favorite out of I haven't seen Blueberry.
Yeah.
I do love Lilac, but Punch is it's just such a vibrant color. Like, I love the Punch one.
Yes. And you were supposed to show a pen maker's pen.
I am. I needed
Sorry.
to, it's allergy season. Oh, I am, even with a Benadryl, drowning.
And I see the little beautiful pouch. Show
Yes.
everything.
And it's pink.
It's pink.
I love.
It's lovely.
Knew it. Is there being a comment? Ooh.
I have questions about how you know this.
Lexi knows.
But okay.
Lexi knows all.
Lexi knows all. Yes, Kari is impatient, but I'm used to it. So the original plan was this pen was going to get its own video.
I want to see.
Okay, let me explain. This pen was going to get its own video. I was going to ink it up on camera. And then I picked it up yesterday and I got very excited and I filmed none of it.
So if someone's watching up until now in the future, so around minute 28, I think you can still do it. You can still make its own video.
Until this point.
It will get its own video because it deserves its own video. But
Oh,
anyone
it's
know the
from
maker?
Rob.
I know.
Yeah.
I know who it is.
I know
Yeah.
it
That's
is.
'cause I
Yeah,
knew
I
that.
know exactly what it is. It's by my friend Rob.
Oh, purple.
Ooh.
That's so
Pretty.
beautiful.
Oh, that turned out really good.
Mm-hmm.
That is so glitzy. And you can,
Nice.
that's so awesome.
And you can, it's
One
your first
hand.
without a clip, right?
I adore it. It's great. It's so
Very
pretty. It's so sparkly. And what's really, really funny is that by chance we were discussing the pigment the mica used. And I made a wild, wild guess. And I was right.
Mm-hmm.
And the purple pigment that is in this pen was part of my very first Cosmic Creation palette that I picked out the colors, named all the colors, and helped with the marketing for. We think in 2022. And when he made the pen blank, he didn't know. And I didn't know what the pigment was. And that sort of makes it all the more fun, is that it is a pigment that I've been in love with for many, many years and adore it as a paint.
You can pick out a pigment because I could not.
Well, like, look how
It's so freaking good. Like, it's so sparkly.
it's also very me.
It is. It's beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Ooh, sparkly.
Ooh.
You
Is
I
there a name for the model? Is
no, so currently no. Several people, Rob had posted several weeks ago on his story, Rob had posted a preview pic,
Mm-hmm.
and many people reached out apparently and asked if they could buy one. And for now, it's a one-off.
okay.
I am the only person that's got one with a hex clip or a hex cap, mostly because it was totally prototyped from scratch. And he didn't know if it was going to work. We were actually, I think we started working on this before he even agreed to do 20 questions. He had seen I think he'd seen an episode of Desk Chatter where we talked about why I didn't own a whole bunch of maker pens.
Oh yeah, he told me he watched a couple of our episodes.
And
when
he
was
then reached out and went, if you're okay with it, I want to troubleshoot this and figure out a solution. And it was like, oh yeah, no, like this is really cool. And then we spent a lot of time going back and forth and ended up with something that is, what is it a similar size to? It's actually about the same size as my Heinz pen. It's a little bit shorter than my Heinz.
Oh, okay.
But
It's
its
a nice
cap
size.
is larger. I don't know
Yeah.
if you can,
So
like,
very
and the facets are all probably, I'd say 8 millimeters. So they're big, they're easy to grip onto. And I adore it. And because, custom pen, I was like, I don't have the right ink for this, which is why there's this chaos. Because I created a custom Sailor Mano ink mix for the pen.
Oh, that's what we're making it for. Okay.
That's so nice.
That
nice.
turned out really cute.
It's Franken ink.
Woohoo! All right, we can't wait to see the video.
Yes,
Yes,
at
you
some
must
point
make
there'll be
it.
a video on it.
I would love to see that.
Not on Saturday, because I've gotten rid of Saturday uploads for the next couple weeks. But maybe next Wednesday, or maybe the Wednesday after. We'll see.
Very nice.
Lexi wants to know what everyone's favorite color is, and then we'll do Kari's pens.
Yeah.
Is your favorite color actually pink?
Oh yeah. The color of my wool.
Yeah.
So, like, the blush baby pink is my favorite. Like, just that pretty pastel pink is my favorite. I like all pinks, but that's my favorite.
So, because I know Dad doesn't watch this, one of the walls at home is pink. Mom painted it while I was in high school, or in I might have been in grade 8 when Mom painted the wall. The boys look at it every day. It's at the bottom of the stairs. Have they ever realized that there's a pink wall in our living room? No.
Well, Gord painted my office all pink, so he knows.
Yeah. I adore purple, but I would never paint a purple wall.
Wait, I forgot I had the drink in honor of Shannon and her.
Oh.
I went to Trader Joe's and I got a sparkling rosé.
Ooh.
Ooh.
If someone asks what I'm drinking, that's what I'm drinking.
All right.
Yeah, purple inks I adore, but again, I love to write with purple. I like different shades of purple, darker, lighter, more magenta, close to purple. Out of all the purples that I have in my collections, my favorite shade is Purple Rain by Monteverde, and I have so many expensive brands too, but that color, there is nothing like it. So, yeah,
I've seen that one.
it's from very old. Yeah, it's Purple Rain, and it's a true purple, but it's a. I don't know how to explain. It's really beautiful.
All right, Marina.
I don't know if that's a fair question because I'm a paint maker. So
yeah, I'm looking at thousands of paints, and I'm really struggling. I've narrowed it down to 2 colors because I also feel like I can't. If we were in the watercolor world, I'd give a pigment number, but I can't give a pigment number because no one will know what it means.
Right.
Because also my favorite pigment is not necessarily my favorite color.
I think for me, it's, if I think about it, it's like probably everything is blue adjacent. So blue, green, and purple is probably what I mostly go for.
Yeah.
I love it.
There you go.
So the blue that falls here, this very like pale blue, and lilac.
Oh, very beautiful. That's the mix that you created.
Not my favorite in the paint world, not my favorite when it comes to literally anything like clothing or anything. I just love them as colors.
Yeah.
I love having pens in those colors, but they are not colors that I like in watercolors or anything else.
Well, that's me and browns. Browns is hard because I like brown on its own, but not in watercolor much. In inks, yes. Watercolor, you know.
Honestly, I have probably 75 different brown watercolors, but that's mostly because I went through an obsession with PBR7 and needed all the different variations. Like it was one of those like, I really like how interesting it is that they all look different while still being the same pigment number, much like PG23.
Right.
Which I don't know what you're talking about.
My little rat brain really enjoyed those two pigments.
That level.
If we think about that, yeah, like for me, I find black extremely exciting because of like gradients you can get in the watercolor.
I agree.
Yeah. Like I would, if we're talking about watercolor pigments, PG23, Green Earth.
Yeah.
I like that it can be everything from a very pale green to a dark brown.
Yeah. And it's an adventure because it depends on when it's mined.
I know. Depends on where it's mined, depends on how it's processed. I've got like 12 of them in my palette. Do I need 12 of the same pigment? No. Does it bring me a great deal of joy? Yes.
All that matters.
There we go. There's some watercolor for you, friends.
Yeah.
That's the same way, like Alexandra, like pink clothes. I have some, but it's not like my clothes are black or very like dark colors.
Yeah.
Whereas like my accessory stuff would be more the pink and like those kinds of things. But then like I joke that like leopard print is life. Like leopard, I love a good leopard. Like and I have since I was a kid. Like I remember one of the first things Gord bought me was from the Bay. If you guys know, that's like a Macy's in Canada. Yeah. And this was like 15 years ago. And so it was probably like $50 then, which is very expensive at that point for this like massive leopard like pillow. And I love that thing. And Callie has like a leopard dog bed in my car. Like,
because she's the beast.
Pardon?
She's a beast.
Oh, so cute.
So cute.
It just depends on, I don't know, your mood almost. Like there's certain things, or I've always been drawn to like deep reds, like our wine colors. I've always really loved too. Yeah. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Very nice.
I don't think I could. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree. Earthy gray hues. Oh yeah, I like that too.
I don't think I've got any gray pens, but I love gray ink.
Yes. I love all the colors. There are some brown colors that I don't like, but I love most of the colors. It's just difficult to choose, but there is a favorite. Anyway.
Even I find like coming into this again though, like more back into like coming back into the hobbies and stuff like this and with the inks and really starting to play with that, I find that even colors that I'm not normally drawn to, sometimes all of a sudden I am. Like it has to be this specific color. Like even normally I'm not so much of a blue girl, but in the last 6 months, the amount of blue pens I've somehow like, they're beautiful. Like
blue is so much fun.
ARs I'm obsessed with. The Fantasia and Twinkle, they're so cute. Like they're beautiful. Like when I first seen Twinkle, like it was Cinderella. That's why.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought too.
I hate blue ink.
Why?
I have so many blue pens because blue ink is boring. There are so many other ink colors.
There are other shades of shimmering blue.
Those are different, but like ballpoint blue ink, like I've always been one in the planner community. There was I don't know if you guys ever had this, but it was like team blue and team black. I've always been
team black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Purple?
But like I have so many like blue, like tealish pens
Mm-hmm.
as I just pull some of them. Because it's like they're so pretty, but I hate writing with blue. I'm gonna write with so many other inks before I write with blue.
Oh, but then you can get different shades of blue, lighter blue, darker, more purpley blue.
Oh, but that's what I mean. Like I say that I'm not much of a blue person, and then I think, like I said, I've ended up with like 5 of them.
Yeah, I just bought my
Okay,
favorite.
can you block those two? They're being problematic.
You're so funny.
Then am I buying the wrong pens as well? Like
Yeah.
I'm only blacking. I'm looking at like 40 different sizes of black fine liner. Like, only black.
Yes. But when you're drawing, black is important. And
Yeah.
red.
That's true.
Red pencil. Anyway,
Never.
I
No,
will show you.
I love that you use a red pencil. I never use a red pencil.
Kari, is that what I think it is?
It is.
Okay, both of those two I'm a little upset with.
All right. So this is a limited edition pen, and I adore it. It's really beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So this one was a collaboration that they did maybe 2 years ago or last year. I don't remember. 2023. And they created this beautiful pen. Look at the resin.
Oh, it's so good.
It's really beautiful. So it has like the metallic engraved metal by Ferris Wheel Press and the nib, and Esterbrook ST size.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I really like this pen. And this week is inked, so I like it.
So wait, is it blue ink or red?
It's
or-
actually the
or
ink
something else.
nebulous blue, which is the ink that comes.
I don't even know if I've seen that one swatched or not.
Shimmer. It has a pink purple shimmer.
Okay, you'll have to show me that swatched one time.
Yeah, I think I have it, but I don't know where.
I've only seen it like once or twice, like that pen on the secondhand market, but it was like at a control price.
No. I bought it when it was affordable.
Yeah.
Now I see the prices that they put.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's the only time I've seen it, and I was like,
No.
yeah.
Well, and I have a maker's pen that today is on my desk, and actually I had this one in my purse. This one is a Right Turns, and actually the pen holder is made also by Right Turns Jason. And this one I have a shimmer ink, which is diamond lilac satin. Oh my God, this ink is
So much shimmer.
Oh,
But you need to work on it. I like
Those
that.
are the ones I don't shake completely. Like I
No,
just
they do.
a couple,
They-
yeah, a couple turns.
so this is one of the Colorverse inks.
Yes, but you need to work on it.
That though has only been sitting for a couple hours. Like so, there's still
Yeah.
shimmer floating around in the bottle. It takes a good day and a half, 2 days for it to fully settle
Which
out.
one is that?
It is called Shiny Black.
Oh, I love that.
Nice.
I
Very
can.
nice. It's
at
from
some
the
point,
from,
yeah.
from the collection that they released the Advent calendar.
No, it's from something project something.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. I saw it in Midoku. They had a single bottle of it, and I went, "Ooh, that looks like fun."
I like that.
And it's black with like a silver holographic glitter in it.
Okay.
Very- I every time I come home with a bottle of ink, my husband says, "Another bottle of ink."
Oh,
Oh,
that is really
fun.
shimmery.
Yeah.
Good though.
very beautiful. Yeah.
Fun.
So those are the two pens I have, but I want to show you because everybody's kind of talking the pen the paper holders. Well, the Esterbrook ones, you know them, huh?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I went to Amazon and I got a bunch of these ones. Look.
Oh,
Oh,
that's cute.
And this one.
Okay, I really like that one.
yeah.
If you compare by size, they are kind of in the same family.
Yeah, they look like they've been
Yeah.
related.
And look at these beautiful vintage thingies.
Oh,
Anyway.
that's why you got it. Now I know.
I was like, everybody wants to show pens and stuff, and I get so excited about these kind of vintagey looking
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait till I'm gonna
paper
pull it
clips.
out. That
It's
seals,
Deb.
baby.
Say hi to
I'm
Deb.
gonna pull out these one day and
Yes.
then I'm gonna talk.
It was actually so cute. Even though we're fighting slightly. Galen the other day, her and I and another girl from London, we went out for lunch. We almost stayed at the same restaurant for dinner as well. We were there for so long. And then we had Galen brought, like, honest to goodness, it looked like we were doing science at the table. She brings out the cup to do the dip, like to test inks, and she had what's the thing we want to order? I'm blanking right now, Alexandra. It's the dip thing.
Oh, the glass ones from
The little one.
Whoa.
Why am I blanking?
They
The
are
muddler.
from-
There we go. So she
yeah,
had that
from
and like
dominant
this
industry.
thing, this piece of plastic to like and a rock, and I was like, what is happening? I think the guy came over to check on us and he was like, what? But she gave us a cute little note and it had the little stamp thing on it. It was very sweet.
Oh. And Deb is here. Sorry, I need to say hi to Deb.
Yeah, hi friends.
Yes.
It's like I'm seeing kind of, people I haven't seen before here. So
Yes.
that's just exciting. I keep on looking.
Lots
so
of people. So that was on my desk right now.
I
more
realized
here.
I haven't shared the thrifting ones, but I think we're gonna talk
Oh.
more about the stuff we want to or we had found, right?
The which one, sorry?
The thrifting kind of stuff, like stuff that you found secondhand. Yeah, whatever your luck was, and something maybe that you missed out on, and you wish in the future you could find it.
So I feel like for me, I did that. That was a lot, not necessarily secondhand, but that was a lot for me last year because coming into it last year and then realizing I almost felt like I missed out on some of the ones that would be like very Shannon pens. And so I was hunting down certain ones that were, and of course they were very hard to find and like overseas exclusives and stuff. So that was kind of what I was doing for a while, but not right at the beginning. Because to be honest, right at the beginning, I was terrified to buy a secondhand pen because I wasn't sure if like, what if the nib was wrong? Like, what if the nib was kind of scratched or broken or twisted or whatever the case? I didn't know about nib grinders at the time. I didn't know about like all of those things. Like I didn't realize that some of that could be fixed or replaced easily. So I was more scared then. And now if I find it, I'll jump on it if it's a certain one that I want. But I had quite a long list, I feel like, and I've put a good dent in it.
Nice.
You got a cool Esterbrook recently, didn't you?
I have I'm not sure which one.
Secondhand. It has the scratches.
Oh, it had a couple of scratches on it. It's the Cosmic Wine, the oversized one.
Ooh.
It's beautiful. I got a couple of Esterbrooks actually secondhand. The Cosmic Wine and I think the first pen I ever bought secondhand was an Esterbrook, and because at that point I had realized like the nibs were interchangeable, so I was like with Esterbrook I wasn't worried because that was the first pen company where I'd really realized what the interchangeable nibs and stuff were was the Candy. So that my first secondhand, sorry, was the Candy. Sorry, my phone is going off too with the Esterbrook announcement today.
Oh,
That's fair.
live announcement.
It was a very pretty pen, and I was very happy to see them working with Helen.
I am ecstatic. She is phenomenal. They're both phenomenal, and I'm very happy and proud for both of them. Like, it's a big deal. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. A secondhand, I went to a vintage store the other day and I bought a set of fountain pen and ballpoint for $20, and it was a Japanese pen, so I was really happy for the price. I had to work a little bit on the nib. Maybe I will change the nib eventually, but yeah, it's probably from the 1940s. And the brand, it says made in Japan, but the body is actually, they changed the body to a wooden body. So it's handmade.
So I bought recently, I haven't picked them up, but it's one of those, I think they've shipped, but those dip pens. But again, I don't know if they're gold. I don't know. I just think they're pretty, and I'll try them, and they weren't that expensive. Was those, and I'm obsessed with mother of pearl. Like, I love mother of pearl. So they're like those little dip ones that they have that were like the vintage ones, and they're just beautiful. Even if they sit on my desk, they're just stunning. Like, they're just pretty. And it, for some reason, I have no idea where it came from, but I say that a lot. Like, I'm like, oh, mother of pearl. Like, so it's just kind of like I don't know, but I've loved it for a long time. That's why I have the Laban mother of pearl one, and I'm obsessed with that one too.
Yeah, good pens. Yeah.
Very nice. What about you guys, Marina and Alexandra? Any secondhand?
I have lots of secondhand. My most recent one has to be the Gourmet Pens Opus 88 in Freezy.
Ooh.
I love most of the collaborations Aziza does. Someday I will get the Benu True Unicorn.
Want the Benus, yeah.
Because the Benu True Unicorn was, I think, the first Benu I ever fell in love with. It is so utterly me, and I will own it at some point. Honestly, I still have not quite figured out how I acquired this pen. I did find the Canada Post or the Interact invoice for this pen, so I now know how much I paid for it, which was an improvement over where we were a little bit ago. It's so pretty.
Oh, I love it.
And it's handling shimmer ink fairly well. So,
and it's an eyedropper, right? Because most of their pens are.
Yes,
it is. It's eyedropper. It was a total pain in the ass to ink up. There's a full live video if you want to experience.
I put the ink, I closed it, and that's it. What did you do?
It wouldn't write.
It wouldn't. I was there. I was on the video.
It wouldn't write. Like, we're on Reddit troubleshooting it. The comments is troubleshooting it. I'm watching a YouTube video on my laptop troubleshooting it.
You know what you need? You need it nice. You just get the pen like this.
Yeah.
Bah! And then the ink is out.
All right.
Sure.
Have you guys seen this Monteverde pen?
Want to empty a vintage pen? Vintage pens with the sack that you need to empty it.
Yes.
Ah, that's what you do.
No, I used my vintage, but I'm far more careful with my vintage than that.
It's not going to fall.
So that freaks me out, and the freaks me out, so I'm good.
But overall, like, I know it freaks you out because it's an eyedropper. At some point, you're gonna have to get over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But like, it's so cute. It's so pretty. I know it's called Freezy, but like, it sort of reminds me of like paint splatters.
No.
And I sort of adore it.
They have signs.
I'm assuming this was the question you were asking about.
Yes, sorry.
I have seen it, and I've seen it in person.
Oh,
and
I love it.
It's stunning, and it's a pen I regret not getting.
Oh no.
The rose gold.
It is long since sold out.
Oh, okay. Regatta Black Mother. Did she say she has it? Did she just disappear?
I think
she
they
did
have
say
the
she
mother
has
of pearl.
Did you say you have that pen?
I think so.
She's gonna find it.
As long as we all have great memories, this is fantastic.
Yeah. Kari, do you happen to have an Esterbrook 40 pen case? Yeah, that's the pen.
Ooh.
Oh, that's so good too. Yes. Okay. So I agree. That is beautiful.
Yes.
So that's the regatta. I don't have the black mother of pearl. I have a black, but it's a carbon fiber regatta.
Okay.
But the mother of pearl is beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about I just love it. Like I just love mother of pearl. So.
It's
Kari,
really nice.
do you happen to have the 40 Esterbrook pen case?
No, this one,
That's the 20.
20.
That's the 20.
Yeah, no, the 40, no. It's too big.
I have it somewhere.
It doesn't fit anywhere.
See, that was my question, because Gold Spot still has them in stock, and I'm going, I
It's
think
big.
it's too big.
Yeah,
It's too long.
very tall. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't fit anywhere. I
Doesn't
have
fit
drawers, but the drawers are narrow and it doesn't go.
The
No.
way I've been told and the way I feel, it's like very good if you're selling pens.
Yes.
These
You know,
ones
it's
are nice.
one of those.
The little pouches.
We tried to order them and then they were sold out
We
when
did.
we ordered them.
So somebody, one of the brands accidentally posted the vendor book of the cube.
Oh, what?
No.
I won't say who because I think it's long gone from their website now. But very briefly yesterday, the vendor book for the cube was available. And you could see all the PR pics and all the information.
Oh, geez.
Oh,
They're very nice.
Oh yeah, I put some pictures in the Discord of them.
I'm
They're
looking
great colors.
forward to hopefully getting my hands on one at some point, but I did also go, I don't think this was supposed to be public.
No, I'm gonna go with no.
No, that's how I got one of my Esterbrook pens. Because
It is how you got one of your extra pens.
it was available before anyone else had them.
Yeah.
I need to save money to go to Chicago.
I
God,
have to
same.
yeah, I do too. But I also have to say, like, Esterbrook, out of all the brands, Esterbrook releases seem to be, I think because they try and keep it so locked down, stuff always leaks.
Oh. And
I
people
was-
start getting excited.
Yeah, I was very happy though that Helen got to announce
Oh,
and nobody else, because I honestly I would have been upset because there are some that announce things when before
yes.
we'll go with that. And I just for her like because I know Helen and I know
Yes.
how her like I know her community too, and they're like I'm so happy that it worked out. She got to announce it, and it was like people didn't know, and that was a big deal because I know how important that would be to her. And I think Corolla, if she's still here, she could collaborate that. Like, it's just, that felt really good for her to be able to just draw that much excitement all of a sudden. Like, I was having anxiety about them announcing it for her. Like, I was just, because I was so happy for her and happy for them. And it's just, I feel like it's such a big deal. And I know that, she's loved that kind of thing for a long time. And she's so dang creative. And yeah, so I was like, why am I having anxiety about this?
See, but I felt that way before the Twinkle launched. Like, as international brands started to post it hours before we were allowed to post about it, like, I started to get more and more anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
With the time difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do
Good.
too, because I don't know why. Like, it's obviously not my brand. Like, but I feel more invested, I think. And I'm like, stop
It's
that.
the community that you mentioned.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's what, and I want things to go smoothly, and I want things to be, how to have that excitement around them. And I think that's why I was so excited that it went the way it was supposed to today.
So Helen of the Coffee Monster Co., and I will post her 20 questions in her site in a minute, is doing a collaboration with Esterbrook.
Yeah.
And that ink looks so dang cute. And
It's
the box.
It's the ink that kills me, because I don't think I'll be getting the panel, but I really want that ink. I saw the swatches of the ink and went, do I need another brown ink? No, but I love it.
It's like a brownish gray though.
It is. It's really pretty.
Different. Like I obviously, and I don't have the pen or any, like it, I think she's the only one with the pen as far as I know. It's just, it just looks so good. And I'm sorry, but the emoji on the nib just, it makes my heart so damn happy.
I think the only thing that bugs me is the really limited nib sizes.
Oh, so are they treating it?
If I was picking it up, it's only available in extra fine, fine, or medium.
No,
that's even less than usual.
I'm not sure if Helen just misbrought or not. To be honest, I don't know.
Okay,
that's not something I even asked.
Because there's no stub and there's no broad.
The thing is though, like depending, like you could obviously put a different one in it, but yes, it's not going to have the emoji. But I would, yeah. But again, certain things like you can have that ground if you want to and stuff like that. Even like Carol and I were messaging each other both at the same time. What nib are you getting? And I'm like, I don't know.
As someone who has not seen it, when is it going to be available?
I believe starting Friday.
Pardon?
Oh,
isn't it the 5th? Sorry, is not this Friday, the 15th. A week.
Do we have
No, the pen isn't until April.
Oh,
she's doing her anniversary in 2 parts.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think everything else goes live next week. No, I don't actually, to be honest, I don't remember.
Carola, you know, Carola,
April 5th, it's going live on Helen's website.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I know the date for Esterbrook, but I don't want to say it yet just in case there's a switch. And I don't want, but it's very close to that, just a few days.
Yeah.
But as long as everything goes well, I think, like, again, this isn't my thing, and that's where, like, this wasn't my secret to tell and stuff, like, that's not. So I've tried to tell them, like, is it Celia? I have definitely tried to tell them, but I'm not sure that anybody quite understands it unless they're in it.
See, but I would also say, like, you and I had had like a discussion with a couple other people.
Sorry.
We thought the 20 questions, like, people kept saying, "Oh, her 20 questions episode is going to do so much better than Drew's."
Mm-hmm. And I still think it could. I just think that,
and
like they've done well. Right?
It is the second most viewed episode of 20 questions.
Yeah,
but it is 10,000 views less than Drew.
I just think that it's going to be a different.
And I think it is a really cool collab. But I don't know how many people in her community are going to be willing to shell out almost $200 for a fountain pen.
Oh,
there's over 500 comments on that post in her group.
Yeah. But also that there's a big difference between the number of comments versus the number of people that actually press buy.
Yeah.
I want to agree with you on that, but
yeah.
I'm
but
you
don't know until it comes.
It's different. I've watched it over the years. Like, I've seen her grow up almost, basically, and I've seen her build this community. And when I tell you that girl answers every single comment, basically, and she's really built it. She cares, and that's why I think the collaboration was so good, because they both very much care about their communities so wholeheartedly. And it's a different thing, and it might not. I could be completely wrong, but I really don't know that.
I don't disagree with you there. Like, I've followed her and had a chat thread with her since 2020.
Mm-hmm.
That's at this point 5 years. But I do think we've seen it with other pen releases in the past couple of months, where there is a difference between number of comments versus who actually will purchase.
Oh, for sure. And again, I think this, to be honest with you, I think this is a different situation that we've seen, that I've seen so far in this community, because it's really the journaling and pens coming into the planners as well. And this is the first, I feel like, massive collaboration between two that honestly I don't think this has been seen before. So I really don't know.
Mhm.
But I still think it's going to go very well.
Oh no, I don't think it's not okay. I'm not disagreeing there that it's not going to go well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably going to go incredibly well. But I also know some of the other collabs that they've got this year, potentially in the works, and I'm thinking like compared to those.
What do you mean, like Esterbrook or another brand?
Esterbrook.
I don't know.
Numbers wise of volume moved out.
No, it's someone who is potentially looking at collaborating with smaller pen makers. It is nerve-wracking. Like it is. Like from my perspective, it's very hard. Yeah, it's a small business, or it's like, is it gonna sell if I'm gonna, you know, put up something? Yeah. But again, we don't know until things happen. So
it does have a cute little nib in extra fine, fine, medium, and journaler.
Oh, journaler.
Journaler.
That makes sense.
Which also makes sense of why you've not been able to buy journalers for months from Esterbrook.
Oh, that's right.
We're able to buy a mini stub separately.
I actually adore the journaler's nib.
Yeah, I do too. You've been able to buy the mini stub. I think you've been able to buy the Techo for a little bit on and off, but you have not been able to buy the journaler for months.
I have the journalers in one of my pens.
I'm hopefully getting one ground at Chicago. I'm desperate to have one in my collection, and at this point have given up on getting one through Esterbrook.
I can't decide if I want the Coffee Monsters Co. one in a journaler or a medium, but I know that the journaler is going to be more limited. Yeah. So I'm not.
Is there any picture of the colors that she's releasing or not?
The pen's up.
The pen's up.
The pictures are up.
Oh, okay.
No, the picture and everything's been released. It's up. It's up. It's like a light cream color. It's like coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Like the resin, like part of the resin.
But it's on her page. It's not on Esterbrook's.
Oh, yeah, it's up on Helen's page.
I don't know if I even follow her.
I will drop
the washi. The washi is everything.
Yeah, the washi is so cute.
Oh, the washi is adorable. I love the ink.
Yeah.
Oh, the ink washi.
That was good.
There is this one.
Oh yeah.
Then there is the ink.
Yeah, but she has a washi that's coming out with the pen. Not like, I don't think it's like with the pen. I think it's for her like anniversary stuff. I mean, like not together with the pen, but the box is so cute.
I love the pen box.
I'm looking at it. Yeah,
I love the pen box. I love the ink.
Very cute.
And
I for some reason think Lori's gonna love that pen.
Oh
yeah, she will. At it. I was like, she's buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to check. I haven't seen it.
I also love the name of the ink. The name of the ink is Forgotten Iced Coffee.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
The ink is probably the only thing. I don't know if you can answer this question or not, Shannon. Are they going to be limiting the number people can purchase?
So I don't know what Esterbrook's doing, but I think that, to be honest, if they feel like it might need to be, then they might. I know for the pen, though, Helen has already announced that her limit is one per person.
Okay.
Per nib, like one, like they can't buy multiple, period.
Yeah.
Like it's one pen per person, unless, and I'm not going to say this 100% because I don't know, but unless I think like maybe if it doesn't sell out in a certain amount of time, she might open it up because that's normally how she does it with like washies and stuff. But again, I'm not going to speak for her or anything. Like I just know that today when she announced, she did say one per person because again, she's very much like she wants everybody to be able to get it if they so choose. So,
Yeah.
and that's why I
Otherwise,
think it
there
was
is a split market happening. If you buy 10 pens and then you end up selling them at a higher price, you will not be happy about it.
And to be honest, Helen's items definitely have that, and I don't like. I just don't want to see that for somebody who really wants that pen as part of her community.
Yeah. I don't know that you know the answer to this question. This might be a better question to ask Esterbrook. Do you know how many pens they made?
I'm not 100%. I know they made a lot, but again, to be honest with you, this is so new that I'm not sure where this could go. It could be like we have pens for a while, or it could be in 10 minutes they're gone. Like I really don't know. But if you look at, like, Helen has around 50,000 people in her Facebook group alone.
Yeah.
And again, she has that following, as in the sense that a lot of people have legitimately watched her grow up. Like, she started this business at, I want to say 14 or 15. I think it was 15,
Wow.
but I don't want to miss, like, and some of these people have watched her grow up, and this is like, and seen her like have these things that she's wanted to do, and this is one of them, and it's a big deal. Again, I don't know, to be honest, how it's going to go. I know it'll go well, but whether it's a 2-minute thing or a 2-month thing, no idea.
Right.
But who knows? Like, if it's something that, and again, I have no insight. This is just me talking. If it's something that they both loved and goes well, who knows what could happen, right? Like, and again, that's just me talking.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, and I think you're right there. Like, there were releases like Fountain Pen Day 2023, the hot pink release.
What release was that? I was not here around 2020.
Esterbrook's hot pink release, the pen cup
stuff. Yeah,
that's been long gone for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm still sad about that too, because that was before my time.
Yeah, I'm still looking for one if anyone has one. At a reasonable price. I did see one a couple days ago for like 4 times what they retailed for.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, sure. You could do that. Especially when it wasn't like still new, it was a used one, and I was like, okay. So you've been using it for 18 months and now you're trying to sell it for $200.
And people do that, and that's like buying secondhand. That's unfortunately an flip side.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the limit will be again, I don't know what I don't know that part from Esterbrook or all of that. But I know that Helen announced today that it would be a limit of 1, at least at the beginning.
Yep. I'm just checking her post to see if she mentioned a limit on anything else.
What other thing? Like the ink and stuff?
The ink and stuff. Because I know when she did the other inks with Robert Oster, she limited them.
And so my guess is probably because she normally, if it's a limited, again, I don't know if it's something that can't be produced fairly fast.
Yeah.
I think she normally limits it at first until, like, unless it's there like a couple days later, and then she'll lift the limit.
Yeah. Bailey says typically 1 per person with her inks. Yeah. But I wonder if Esterbrook's going to play by those limits or not.
I truly don't know if I don't. I'm a really bad liar. You guys would know.
Yeah. I'm aware you're a really bad liar, which is why I'm being very careful about the questions I ask.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm thinking, you know, what could I handle being asked on air?
I want to be, but the thing is, like, for me, I very much adore both those brands, and I don't want to ever be disrespectful about it. So, but I want everybody to be excited too. So it's kind of that balance that I would never, and I don't want to speak for anyone either. So, I was excited today to see the excitement. Like, she posted around like 3:30 maybe my time, and I was still trying to do stuff for work, and I was so distracted. I think the Robert Oster inks are sold out, as far as I know.
Wonder Pens had them. Wonder Pens just got a restock of like some weird stuff from her. They had some of the binder clips. They had a couple washies, and I want to say they had one of the Oster inks.
Oh.
So I would check Wonder Pens.
Yeah, because she has a couple of retailers. I know Wonder Pens, and I think she has one in the UK, but I can't remember who it is.
I would. We've talked about this a bit, Deb. I'm sort of there as well. I'm really not enjoying most releases these days, I'd say. Like
I will address that with this one, as they didn't order what you would think are a limited edition quantity.
Yeah.
However, our community is that big, and we don't know what it's like. We just don't know.
Would it be better to call it a limited release than limited edition? Because they're not. I'm going to assume they're not. They're not. It's not a numbered limited edition.
No, and again, they've like, I don't know the exacts, but I know that there was quite a few, and it wasn't like there's going to be 200 pens.
Yeah,
there's like nowhere even.
It wasn't like Golden Gratitude last year where there were 100 pens.
Not even close.
Yeah.
So like, because again, not specifics, but I know that for Helen, it would be important for her to be able to, she doesn't want to see her customer base upset, and neither would Esterbrook, right? Like, it's not, but again, it's just one of those things where you don't know, because everything regardless is going to be a risk, but this is not, to kind of say that this is not like a limited edition. This wasn't meant to be like a, oh my goodness thing. Like it was, that wasn't it. This is a exciting collaboration thing that I think how they're more looking at it.
Yeah.
So, but I do agree with the limited edition thing, kind of like almost switching gear a little bit, especially in this kind of a niche where people want to be able to save up for something and stuff like that. And I think that's very difficult, and I agree about that. So
I think the prices in stationery, if we talk about notebooks or pens or anything, limited edition, they already have a price tag that goes a little bit higher than the regular price. And then if they are over, let's say sold out in any of the stores, people start selling those ones like, super low price. But I think I am not I like to buy sometimes, of course, limited edition, but
of course,
I cannot get everything limited edition. It's impossible. The Hobonichi, everybody's like, oh, why don't Hobonichi is already expensive without being limited edition.
But the thing is, for me personally, like, do I have limited edition items? Yeah, kind of more than I want to admit. However, it was never because it said limited edition. Not one thing because I cared that it said limited edition. I don't care if one was made or 25,000 of them. I would rather that everybody be able to get what they want. And it's just because that's the color I like. Like if you look at the earlier colors, they tend to be harder to find. Those light pinks, those light purples, they're getting better with it. But I've never ever cared if it says limited edition. I don't care if there's a number on it. I don't care about any of that. Again, I would much rather all of us be able to get it and to be able to save for it and not feel that, oh my God, I have to buy this right now or I'm never going to have this thing that I love. Like, I mean, I get that that's not really marketing, but at the same time, it's just,
I like Carola's comment about the plotter. I got my traveler's notebook at the pen shows in the end, because if you order online, all the limited editions, they sold out really, really fast. But then you end up getting some nice stuff at pen shows. I think that's a good move.
I haven't seen a plotter in person yet.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, so I want to see one first because, again, it's not, do I need one? No, but they're cute. They're adorable. But I want to see one, I think, first.
Yeah.
And then, so again, like that kind of FOMO thing, like for that, I'm not, I guess, as concerned. I'm trying to get better with that. I'm terrible at it especially for events and stuff. Like we were talking about, like the pen shows. Like it's more about, missing out on that kind of stuff maybe, but
Yeah, Corolla's definition of pen shows this year, or trying to get her plotter stuff at, I think it was Cali this year, LA, was highly entertaining. But honestly, the lowest LE pen I own is a pen that I didn't know was actually limited edition. It was marketed as limited release, and it wasn't until I talked to the blank maker and they told me how many blanks they made for the brand. Like,
okay,
I don't love the in a previous life, I admin the Canadian Disney Canadian Disney pin trading group for many years.
Oh, that's a niche.
That would be messy.
That's a niche one.
It was messy and it is very niche. But those are like early morning pin releases happening where it's like limit of one per person. I've done the whole limited edition thing.
Yeah.
I don't really have the desire to do limited edition. The only limited edition Esterbrook I have, I won. And other than that, like, the only other limited edition pen I have is a pen that somebody destashed from their pen collection into mine.
Yeah.
The only one I think I have, well, I do have the Esterbrook one, but the only one that I have that was like a low limit was the new one that I showed you guys with the hand.
Oh, which I adore.
It wasn't like that, and it's beautiful. And I got it secondhand for a very good price. And I again didn't care that it was whatever number. I don't care. It was just I liked the pen, so that kind of thing. I will look at the one comment about the whatnot things, because again, people, I know that it hurts my heart when people may get the wrong idea about that. Even those things, like the whatnot thing was something they wanted to try. And I think it's fun. It's a different way to sell things. And just like when TikTok was new, or when Instagram was new, or when, all of those things were new, it's something to try. So I think they were trying to find out like what could bring people over to even just see what this whatnot app was about. And they had these one-off prototypes. Those prototypes actually started at $5 each. They were on that website for $5 each, and that's what the auctions started at. And I talked to Brian like the day before, and he's like, I don't know, these pens could go for $50 each. That was not what happened.
They were never okay. The thing was, they were never going to. I seem to be playing the devil's advocate a lot this evening. Honestly,
I wouldn't have personally let them go for that, because I would have bought them all.
I seem to be playing the devil's advocate a lot this evening. There was no way they were ever going for $50.
But nobody expected, I don't think, what they did go for.
Nobody expected what they went for, but they were never going to be lowballed. And Marina and I've had this discussion live as I continue to play the devil's advocate this evening, that in a way, what that sale did was open it up for every pen brand to no longer sell prototypes at the price they were selling them at.
Wow.
Because suddenly you can turn your prototypes into a bidding war.
Oh. And I clearly don't think that was ever the intention.
No.
And I don't think that was
not the first ones.
Yeah, they're not the first ones
in that context. Yes, but like if you go to a traditional auctioneers, there would be Mont Blancs.
Exactly. But it brought it up from an auction house into this very public view.
There you go. Yeah.
And
I
think the days of us seeing prototypes at pen shows is probably over.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't necessarily. Again, I don't know.
I think it's gone.
I don't think every brand is going to be able to sell.
Yeah, I don't think every brand is going to be able to do what Esterbrook did, but I think a lot of the brands that were selling prototypes for maybe a bit above normal at a pen show, so that they didn't have to list them on their website, that's not going to happen anymore.
I haven't really seen a ton of prototypes other than Esterbrook. Maybe I just haven't been looking.
They're there if you look for them at pen shows.
Okay. No, I just didn't.
If you talk to dealers, they're there.
Okay. But like I said, to me, it was something just to try something new.
So I apparently only play the devil's advocate this evening.
That's okay.
What else have we missed? Hobonichi drama. Yeah, the Hobonichis were all drama this year.
Then there is a comment. Lexi said the limited edition that Karina did. You know, the Leonardo one.
That one, yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Really, really fast.
She started working on that.
A little birdie has told me that she's gonna have more, but not with Leonardo. But I'm not gonna tell you who.
I've heard something similar. She started working on that in 2023.
Oh, Ken is here.
It had such a long lead time, but it was a stunning pen.
And I think there's so many things and I think that
apparently people agree with me. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I've never I just think, and I honestly think too that even because I've been more in the planners and then coming over into here and seeing them kind of coming together, I think that there's so much room for growth right now. And I think that we're going to see things that we may not have seen in the past.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a learning curve. Are people going to be upset with some things? Sure. If something's going to work out better for other people, or us or custom consumers. And I think that there's a lot that could go great, and maybe a couple things that we're going to learn from, as a community as a whole. But I think even in the last year, the amount of stuff we've seen come out that is geared towards a little bit of a lower price but more sparkly, look at these pixies, that kind of thing, or the pen makers have just been, to me, I feel like they've been upping that game lately, so much. I said that on Saturday, the stuff they're coming out with is phenomenal. And I just think that I see so many fun things happening that I just don't want people to get worked up about a one-off, because, for example, I wanted that purple Esterbrook, and I was there, I knew it was there, and I was like, huh. But you can't. There's going to be another beautiful pen coming to
every single
probably, right? Yeah. So I'm just, even for me, I'm trying to tell myself I don't need to worry about every single drop from every single company.
Right.
And there's always going to be something that we love coming.
And with the little pen makers, every pen is basically one.
Yeah.
One out of one.
Yeah. But some of the stuff that they've been coming out with lately is just, I don't know, is awesome. I'm super impressed with some of it. Look at the one that Alexandra just showed us. They're being very creative. They're listening to the community. They're, those kinds of things. And I think we're going to build the things that we want to, and our input as a community together is just going to make it grow. And I just think that there's room for everybody's creativity, everybody's favorite colors, everybody's uniqueness, and trying different things in the business industry. We can't knock any business for trying something new, because that's how businesses grow. If we knocked Instagram or we knocked TikTok years ago, we wouldn't have a lot of what we have now. We went Discord. We wouldn't have the communities we have now. Zoom meetings. Yeah. We wouldn't have that. So I just feel like everything's kind of a learning curve. Are there going to be things that suck? Yeah. Are there going to be things that we blow out of the water? Absolutely.
Yeah. I think Marina and myself both received a lot of feedback from people that were uncomfortable with the idea of the auction. There's a lot of commentary in the chat about people that were quite uncomfortable with the auction for various reasons.
Yeah.
And I think that's all fair feedback.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't think I'm not disagreeing. And I think that, again, as long as we all kind of agree to disagree, or if somebody wants to be involved, great. If somebody doesn't want to be involved, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be something else they can be involved in later. And they still did giveaways in it. And they still did, I think Brian seen what was happening. And all of a sudden, in the middle of it, he was like, let's give away an Esty. Like that wasn't on the agenda, like that kind of thing, because they saw that too. So it was never to make anybody uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But again, everybody can choose. And I feel like come into the Discord, just chat
Yeah.
with us, have fun, post your pictures, come to events that I know are going to happen where there's going to be things that are just handed out. Like it's not it, and that's where I just don't want people to judge on one thing necessarily. And then also too, like the last one we just did was basically like a hangout and test things. So it's not always going to be that. I think that was just kind of like, let's see how we can draw people in too. And this was a very cool thing that they could offer up. And it just, but again, I do see both sides. Like I'm not saying that was perfect.
At the level, I think it was super intelligent out of their side that they did that to actually boost the company and get rid of the stock that they have. I think it's at the level of marketing, it's genius.
Oh yeah, they have some
for the fountain pen enthusiast.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to see that.
No,
Yeah,
and I do get that. I do understand that.
And
but
that seems to be what the chat's opinion is. You can't blame a company for getting
I mean,
a $900 pen.
Marketing, it was.
No, and I don't think that was what they honestly expected, and people can argue that however they want. I will say from the conversations I've had personally, in knowing their hearts too, in a sense, that sounds kind of corny, but at the same time it's true. That wasn't the end goal. Like that wasn't it. And the thing is that as our community builds, like I've been in these conversations, I'm going to be part of these things, that they want more community events. It's not about just the sales for them. That's not it. Like, do they want to still sell? Of course. And every business wants to sell whatever they are, but they want to see this community come together and us to have a place for this. Like, there's no reason other than community and wanting to build up individuals as well. Why else would they have even worked with me? I'm nobody. Like, I don't have a huge following. I'm not like my writing even sucks. Like, I'm not a drawer. I'm not an artist, like that kind of thing. But they've seen enough that talkative, we can all tell that. But I mean, like, just with the community and having fun with people and being like to talk that up. The amount of support they've even shown me, like, maybe that's why I have that, obviously, that spot too, but I've just seen that, and there was no like ill will there, maybe is what I mean to say.
And people are appreciating hearing.
Oh no, and of course, and again, please don't ever think like I'm totally okay with the agree to disagree thing. Like, that's not, I don't feel like I'm not saying anybody is, your opinion doesn't matter. That is not it. Because everybody's opinion matters, and I can take that feedback and I can go back to them with it, because that's who I am. Like, I'm very open and honest about it. And, but again, I just know that was never the like, oh my goodness, we're going to make so much. That was never the case.
Yeah. The plan was never to sell a prototype for 3 times what a limited edition Esterbrook sells.
No. And if you ever have that question, I believe you could walk up to them and ask that question. They're not, that's the type of people. They're not.
Yeah.
They're great people. They'll have that conversation with you. They will take the time with you. Yeah. And that's just who they are. And honestly, that's who most of the people in this, I've never had a bad conversation with any of the people that I've went out to a booth and had those conversations with. So, and again, it's business learning too at the same time, right? Yeah. So I just, and pens, like, even the Bungu box one, like the pink one, like, you could argue that pen could have cost more than it did because of the like converter and stuff like that. But it's just, there's so many things that I think go into it that I don't obviously know. But business,
I think it's hard to change all the opinions as well. Like,
but I don't think it's about that. Like, I don't.
Also from different kind of like not only users but makers. I've heard from makers, small makers, who are like, well, I'm screwed because like I'm not gonna sell.
And like, you're not the only one that's been hearing that from makers. Like, it's, I think in a way it sort of scared people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, and I get that. But I think it was more like, we can all do this. It's a different platform.
Yeah, but I also think for some, especially some makers who were going, okay, these pens are now selling for like $500 to $900 for an SD, and we're struggling to get people to want to pay $200 to $300 for our pens.
Yeah.
Like, is this the direction the market's shifting in? And I think for lots of people, that's scary.
Oh,
Mhm.
I think it's like,
I think it's scary.
No, absolutely.
Well,
And I said this, was it Saturday? I think I said this on Saturday. Like, I don't want, and that's where I kind of not argued, but my opinion on the Jinhao 10, like, is it perfect that it's kind of a knockoff? No. However, if that's what somebody can afford,
Yeah.
and that is going to bring them happiness, it's going to
And-
make them be creative and bring better
Yeah.
mental health for them, or any of that. Have at it. I don't think that it should matter if you have a $5 pen or a $5,000 pen. If it makes you happy and it's good for your health and your well-being, you have at it. And if anybody else comes at you for that,
Nope.
And then it's a good way to draw more people into the fountain pen writing, which is good.
oh, and it is like, but the thing is, I have pens that are $5 that I love, and I have pens that are $500 that I love. But I personally, I know this is probably awful, the first thing I ever noticed coming into the pens was it was pretty. Like, that was it. And then it was like, what am I going to pay for the prettiness factor first? And then I did my research, and that's how, like, I've been that way. And I'm a collector. Like, I'm a collector at heart, with washi, with stickers, with whatever it is. I've been a collector since I was a kid. So I tend to stick with one kind of thing. But because I'm a collector too, pens have actually always been something I've collected. I've just kind of avoided the fountain pens for a long time. But I don't care if it's a pen from a hotel. I'm still going to want that because it's cute and it's been somewhere that I wanted, and it could be in my pen.
Yeah.
I don't care. That's not it. If it brings you joy, have at it. So if you don't want to be in a position like to spend that on a pen, or to be a part of that, if it does make you uncomfortable, please don't. And I think Lori even said in that live a million times, do not bid something you shouldn't bid. Like, bid responsibly is what she said. So if it makes you uncomfortable, don't come to the ones that are like an auction like that. That's okay. And if that's not something, if that triggers you in any way, don't come to the ones where it's like, okay, this is like the one we did with the converter. It was, you got an SD and a converter and like a random vintage nib, and it was like 180. So you got a deal, you got the, like, all of that. There was you didn't have to bid on anything. You just got to buy it and you got to hang out with us, and there was prizes and stuff like that. That one can be for you. Don't do anything you're uncomfortable with. Nobody has said that you need to do that. And I personally don't want to do that. Like, I don't want anybody to do that.
Yeah. This is an interesting point. I don't think the prices would keep happening.
Yeah.
Were the prices that high because it was the first event?
It could be. And I could be because, you know what? There's always going to be a few that can, and that's okay, buy those. And if they're a collector and they want to, again, there should be no judgment on that, just as much as there's no judgment on a $5 pen. Because I know personally, I've spent money on a pen that was way over retail, but that made me happy. It wasn't taking away from my family at that point in time. It was an okay decision for me, but I made that decision for myself, and that was it. And it doesn't need to be, I think this is also one of those things where it was a spot where people could see what somebody paid and technically who, I guess, ended up being the winner. So if that also makes you uncomfortable, please don't do that. Like, it was never meant to be that, like, an uncomfortable thing. And don't choose those ones. But I don't think it should be like, somebody bought a $900 pen, so let's eye them on that, just as much as you wouldn't do that if somebody loves their Kakuno. Like, to me, I just don't care. Like, but
Exactly.
I hope that I felt like I talked a lot there, and I'm not. God, because
that's the point.
I hope that it came across okay, because I'd never want to offend anyone with that kind of stuff. But I believe in everybody being allowed to believe what they want to believe and have that opinion. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong.
Yeah.
Because that's not me, and I
Yeah,
don't
and
do
again,
that.
like collecting is such a like it's a good point. And I'm gonna show you the two things that I scored. That one of them became super collectible, and you can only buy it for like close to 1,000, and I paid like 100 for.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, collecting, like that mindset of a collector. It's
Mhm.
there is
It's
that.
different. And then, it's just, it's no different than an eBay auction for something that's like a limited edition Lego set or a limited edition Funko Pop or a limited edition, whatever it is. This was just, I think it was more of, because it was new, because it was a different, like, what am I trying, like a different media
Different
outlet
platform.
almost. Thank you. A different platform. It was just new. But that wasn't the way that they were like, this is not how every single one of them is going to go. That wasn't the point. The point is to build a community, build different places, build different excitement around different things. Like if you went to the last one, like Lori was showing like different nib sizes and how they write and stuff. And then you could buy the pens if you wanted to. Like it's not like, and they were just the core line Estes. That was just, they wanted, I think, like when they were all talking, what could draw excitement. And Brian was like, well, I have these. Should we try these? And that was literally how it came up. Hopefully that was fine to say, but that's how it came up. And that, and it wasn't like, oh, we have these, let's do this and see what that was never the case.
No,
and I feel comfortable saying that because that's how I've been told.
I mean, that's why also they have Lori, because she's like good at,
managing.
And
Yeah,
she was very much like, have fun. Like that's why there were so many giveaways. We just wanted people to have fun. And again, I think it's also too, because I know there's some things coming down the line where there's going to be little events at shows and stuff like that, that I know they want to give back to this community too. So I think that's part of my, but I just, again, don't do anything that you're ever uncomfortable with. It was not meant to make anybody uncomfortable. And I will bring this feedback back as well, because I feel like that's important. We want the community to come together, not divide it, obviously. So I just, again, if it's something, and that's anything, like if you're at a pen show and somebody is pushing something that you are overselling or any kind of show, walk away. It's something that you just need to be able to put yourself in a spot that you're comfortable in. And that even with FOMO, walk away for a little bit. It's a pen. And honestly, if I can tell you anything, I came into this real late and there was lots of ones that I missed that were pink, and I was still able to find most of them on the secondhand market. Like, they come around, right? Like and there's always going to be a new one. And and I think so. And there's cycles. There's definitely cycles of ups and downs where people are selling and buying or buying and selling. It all kind of goes all over the place.
And a lot of people are selling right now. And we've talked about this. Like, I'm potentially destashing some stuff. I've been destashing paints for a couple months now.
I've seen people going out of a hobby too.
And absolutely. And just like when people, like, I just came in, well, not just now, but like I'm coming up on a year, right? So there's always going to be somebody new into this community. And I think, for example, this pen from the Coffee Monsters Co. is going to bring new people into the community again. And we don't want to price them out or scare them out of the community before they even get into the community. And I think that's what I had said on Saturday. Like, I don't want to see, because there's been a ton of price hikes over all the brands, regardless.
And more are coming.
Pardon?
More are coming.
And I'm sure there are. So it's like, that sucks as somebody who's okay with spending the money on pens sometimes. Not, like I said this too. I think my brain broke at some point in time where $200 wasn't expensive anymore for a pen. I'm not really sure how that happened, but it did. It broke, guys. So I'm going to warn you there. There's something that just snaps a little bit. But like I said, it's just, I don't know. Like, I don't want to see people. I feel like, and this is a personal thing, maybe, I stepped away from the planner community for a while, and that creative part of me, because of some of just things, and you get into like a rut. And for me, this has brought me back out of that. And it was been very good meeting you guys. Like, I love you all. Honest to goodness, you're great. You're sweet. I can message you and talk pens if I need to. And it just brings me out of this weird headspace that I'm in. And I don't want to see people give up something that could be great for their mental health or that creative space
Mhm.
because of prices or because of
Yeah.
like a I can't think of the word I want right
I
now.
totally think that's like a separate conversation that is needed, home,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that whole kind of wholesome feeling, when you use.
Yeah, or because of like one event though. Like I don't want anybody to get about any event, about like if you have a negative experience at a pen show, or if you didn't like the live sale, or if you don't like how somebody runs something in a Facebook group, or somebody has a bad comment somewhere. Don't let that anything deter you, or because you can only get a $5 pen. Who cares if it brings you joy?
Right.
Like I said, couldn't care less.
Yeah.
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 Right. Very quickly. 1930s pen, my first big score. I bought it some time ago. It's oversized, and then I compare it to a modern pen. It's not very oversized. And this is by Omas, sub-brand.
Oh.
It was not around for a long time. So I thought this is not going to be, it's a great pen. It's one of my favorite vintage pens ever. Bought it for about, I think, around 100. This is like close to somewhere between 700, 900 right now. Like I've seen it on the second market. Someone just wanted to buy it off me at the pen meetup in San Francisco. So do buy. If you guys like, find something you like, you never know. I'm not gonna sell it, but it's just like it's flattering to know that you you have something and you score.
Even with Alexandra, she had our Leonardo pen that I kept calling our Leonardo pen until I found one. Until I found one.
I know that pen.
And that's just it. You know what?
Oh.
Goof around with your friends. Like it's and if you love something like that, hang on to it. Like it's not it's yours, right? And I'm a collector, so I don't know that I'll sell a lot of my pens.
Very nice. Very beautiful.
That red one is stunning.
This is this year's January score. I showed it in my live stream that you were too late for.
Sorry.
This is 14K carat gold, and it's I got it for
beautiful.
Under 100.
Love it.
And it's stipula, and I missed out on this because I think the series was like from 10 years ago. So I just missed out on it. The thing was, the guy had inked it once, but with the noodlers, the crazy blue one.
Oh,
the blue or whatever.
It's stinky.
Yeah, state blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took forever to like. I ended up actually throwing out
very
the converter.
pigmented blue.
It was too intense. But this was a great score. So like, I'm happy. I don't think this is gonna sell ever for a lot of money, but like for me, I'm like so happy, dude.
But I think the pens are also worth what you make them worth.
Right.
Because there's going to be things like your grandfather's pen, Alexandra. That's a priceless pen to you, right? It doesn't matter what I have no idea what a pen like that even retails for. It doesn't matter.
They retail for about $170 US for the set.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
I
not
saw
what
one at Chicago last year.
Oh, there you go. But to me, that it's or let's take the Esterbrook gratitude pen that you like, the golden gratitude that you got.
Oh, yeah,
you won that pen. But
no,
how much?
So we would have to offer a number with many zeros at the end.
That's what I mean. Like it's all what you, and again, that was I think a more so would be like a one-off every so often kind of thing. It wasn't meant to be like nerve-wracking, but those things can be, and I've seen that even in like limited releases where it's like you have to have ninja fingers or it's sold out so fast, and that's never fun either.
Those are pretty.
They're beautiful. Is the one a pencil or a ballpoint?
It is a pencil.
Oh, I love that. I want to actually find a few more vintage pencils at the show.
It's great. I don't have lead for it yet. And Grandma recently found her Schaefer snorkel. So at some point I have to get them both fully restored.
Oh, nice.
Because Grandma found her emerald green one from when she taught. So I'm going to get work done to both of them.
Very nice.
I
cannot wait to see those in person.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I ever want to even come near that
No.
pink.
I think 2 separate people have had to repaint rooms because of it, who have been interviewed for 20 questions.
Yeah, it's terrible. I've never used it. I've only had this experience, so.
I wonder if they ever
never.
made like
Yeah.
vintage pencils in the mother of pearl.
They do.
Do they?
Yeah, they exist.
Because for some reason, I have some crazy obsession with mechanical pencils too. Like I have for a long time.
mechanical pencils.
So, and somebody's saying that they've seen many vintage pencils.
Oh, I love mechanical.
I
propelling
bought one in Detroit, and I don't know if I have it up here.
Propelling type of pencils, like circa 1930 or
Yeah.
so.
Oh, I'll have to look for a mother of pearl one then, because I love the mother of pearl one. Oh, actually, this one's a ballpoint pen, but I bought because this one I have like I have a thinner notebook that has like a very thin strap to it.
Okay.
Isn't that beautiful? It's like gold and black.
Love it.
It's so pretty. And I got this one in Detroit and like a pencil, and he was like, "Yeah, they're like $10." I was like, "Okay." And this is Schaefer.
Oh, I love it.
I don't even think I knew that. I just again, I don't buy because of a certain. I just buy because it's pretty.
Fair enough.
And sometimes, and most of the times, that's all you need.
Yeah. Really, is it sparkling? Is my first question.
Right.
Because
I will have
think
a notebook from like the dollar store, and then I'll have a notebook from like ridiculously expensive somewhere. Like I'll buy it in Japan or something, you know.
usually there's a vendor at pen shows.
With lead. Okay.
Good to know. 'Cause I don't have lead that fits in that pencil.
Is it what? Do you know what size it is?
No idea.
Well, they might be able to help you bring it to Chicago.
Yeah, because Schaefer used a couple different lead sizes in those years.
Yeah.
So
It's really hard to find lead for vintage, but if you go to the pen shows, there are so many vendors that will sell lead.
apparently Lewins sells lead for pencils. The issue is then I have to go to Yorkville, and the parking there is awful. So we don't go.
Oh, okay.
I know you can get I've seen them like I know this isn't helpful, but overseas they have a lot more. I did not realize how many different kinds of like sizes of lead you could get for pencils. It's kind of insane.
Yes.
Crazy.
And colors.
And yeah,
it's so cool. Like it's so cool.
I got red lead for my 0.9 mechanical pencil because I need a thicker lead.
Yeah, you sketch too. Me too. 0.7 and up. That's what I use.
Yep. I use 0.7.
But for Deb, I have this one.
Oh, a black wing.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Is that the pink one?
She gave me this one.
Is that the pink one? Oh no, it's okay. Is it? I can't tell. My lighting's awful too. But
No,
Lexi and I bought pink ones in Detroit.
Terracotta color.
Oh, okay. There's like a pink pearl set that.
Yeah, it's independent bookstore edition. So
okay.
We went to the store
I think this should be our final question of the night because it's almost 10 o'clock here.
Yeah, and I have to wait.
Same.
Yeah, I have other stuff to do tomorrow. I use HB or 2H. Anyone else?
Yeah,
I can use whatever. I'm not an artist though. I can't draw anything.
As far as thickness, I just don't like if it's a mechanical pencil. I don't want it to break. When it comes to softness, I would say depends on the line you want to, and like, yeah, it depends on the work you're doing. So the softer the lead, so like B and like, that end is like I like it, but sometimes I do need that age kind of like HB is like the usual one everyone goes for, but
that's the one that I get the most.
Venture out to one or the other sometimes.
Like I have a full set of drawing pencils from Strathmore, but there are definitely I definitely sketch with a mechanical pencil more often. I don't actually know the
Yeah,
last time
mechanical pencil I like.
I don't know the last time I used an actual pencil for sketching.
Mm.
It's just not my thing.
Mm.
I want to learn. I want to take like if Corolla does like her class again with like the flowers or something, because that looks like something I could actually maybe do. Because it's
I want to take her class so badly.
yes, so I'm hoping that I get to go to a show that she's at and does the class, because I think that would be fun. Like I want to get artsy with that kind of stuff, and I can't draw a stick figure.
I think she should come to Toronto and teach it the day before Scriptus.
Ooh, good idea.
Oh,
Corolla,
that
are you
would
still
be
here?
nice.
Come to Canada.
She is Canadian. She's on the West
Oh, wait.
Coast.
She's on. I'm having a moment. I know this too. Like
Oh, she's doing it again in San Francisco this year.
oh yay.
Yay! Oh yeah, I'm going.
Oh,
We're meeting up. So I'm going. I
I
know
love
Julia
it.
is going. Who else is
Ooh.
going? I
I'm
don't know.
so jealous.
Shannon, are you going to San Francisco?
I'm hoping to. It's the plan.
Okay.
Because my
Yay.
birthday is like the week like a couple days after, so I'm hoping to go. And I actually have a friend that lives not far from the show, so I may even stay with her. Or there was talk about doing like, and that this is be everybody. Like it's not anywhere into like invites yet, but like doing like an Airbnb or something if there's enough people that want to go that are from out of town or something like that. So but yeah, that's Chicago and San Francisco were the two that were like top of my list this year that I really wanted to go to.
Mm.
So I'm hoping that San Francisco gets to happen.
Oh, I don't
San
think San
Francisco would be
Francisco, but
fun.
Chicago and DC for sure.
See, I'm not 100% on DC yet. The other one I'd really like to go to is the Atlas Sidewalk Sale. That one just looks, again, because I love the camaraderie, like the intimacy of a smaller event too. Like that's kind of fun.
They announced their dates this week for the sidewalk sale.
Mm.
Very excited. It is the 14th and 15th of August.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's real
it
close.
will be like
San Francisco.
snack. It will
Yeah.
be the Chicken show. Then you have Atlas and San Francisco back to
Mhm.
back.
I am sure we could find you a venue to do workshops the day before.
Yeah.
Potentially not affiliated with Scriptus, potentially in the living room of our house.
Perfect. I could
Listen,
see Wonder Pens doing it though.
I could see Wonder Pens doing it.
yes.
Matthew Chen grinding nibs in the back and Corolla teaching
And
the class.
Carola teaching the
And Corolla drag Helen.
yes.
Turn it into a party.
Yeah.
It would be so nice.
Seriously,
I
just
love-
send me a DM. Honestly,
It's just so much fun to see. I think that's what it is. Like, even I'm still so sad. I'm just like not thinking about Baltimore this weekend, but it's that like getting to see people and be in that room that everybody is, kind of nerdy like us. Like we're all nerds
Oh, yeah.
together.
and we're the thing is like we're nerds about pens and inks, but like we also have so much crossover into other hobbies.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
on that
Somebody's
note,
offering pizza.
oh yeah, I'm jealous. It's like 10 p.m. here. I've already had dinner.
No, I mean I think if we get together in Toronto.
Oh,
Oh, already.
I'm all about the snacks.
does the okay? Final question of the night.
Sorry.
Yes, the sidewalk sale has excellent prices. Normally, in the past it's been about, I want to say 20 to 30% off retail at least, including brands that don't go on sale. So last year's sailors were $99 for Pro Gear Slims. And Pilot Decimos were, I think, 120. And then they do online sales as well.
Yeah.
But the online sale, I found last year the online sale wasn't as good as what we were seeing at the show.
Okay.
Mm.
And sometimes I've seen the comment about sometimes the prices at the pen shows aren't any different.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are. Like there's sometimes deals if you have cash. Not always. I don't honestly think that's the point though of a pen show. It's more like you get to really go in. It's honestly a priceless experience coming from someone who's just got to go to a couple this year. You really get to sit and try pens that you've never tried before. You could try, again, a $20 pen and a $2,000 pen, and people just hand them over to you, and you can kind of see what you like, what fits your hand best. You get to see them in person, and even like I was blown away at Stationery Fest last year was the first time I really got to see like a bunch of fountain pens in person. The difference that the resins in person are than as opposed to like in pictures.
And like getting nib work done in person is so much easier than sending stuff in. Like there are perks to an in-person pen show.
Oh, for sure.
All right.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
It was lovely. Shannon, I love you so much.
Oh, I love you guys too. I hope I didn't talk I always talk too much. Who am I kidding?
Well, we had a fun discussion, so
Pardon?
You got really fired up, and we had a fun discussion. So
I hope I wasn't like fired up in a bad way. Oh God.
Honestly, I'm just hoping that Esterbrook keeps me on as an affiliate after our discussion.
There you go.
I mean, no, I'm kidding. No, and I think anything's okay to discuss. I just think that like and again, anybody can have their opinion. And do what's comfortable for you is basically what I was going for. But I think that honestly, this community is going to grow so much. I feel like in the next little while, and I'm excited about it.
Yes,
I'm excited to see what happens in all of these shows and events and things that are coming down the line. And I'm sure there's tons that none of us even know about. Like, I mean, some of us know a little bit of things, but like, or you guys know because you're doing.
I have zero idea. I just talk to people and I find out that way, but I'm not on any
But
lists.
I mean, even Carla, she's doing like classes and stuff like that. We have an impact as customers too, right? So I just think it's very cool that not a lot of communities, if you think about it, or businesses take that much consideration of their clients.
Yeah.
So I think we're in a unique industry.
And with that, good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you, everybody that connected.